Hello, it's Linda Schiller Hanna at Inner Kid Keto, coming to you today with some ideas, basically 3 helps. Inner Kid Keto is more about the feelings part of our weight loss journey, not our our weight loss journey, than the physical part. Keto is a system I've been using that's working for me, but I have a lot of other helps that have made such a difference, and I wanted to share some of those with you. So I want to talk about body, mind, and spirit today. And I have 3 particular tools I want to recommend. Maybe you've heard of these, maybe you haven't, but I just thought I'd share. On the body level, I have an app on my phone called Biorhythm 365. I believe it was free. If it wasn't, it was very affordable. And I've been using it for years. I actually learned about biorhythm from my therapist, Dr. Pedersen, who I mentioned a few days ago. Biorhythm measures 3 different cycles in our body: a physical, an emotional, and a mental. And one of them is a 28-day cycle, one's a 33, and I think the other is a 36, I'm not quite sure. But it all explains it on it. And you download this app based on your birthday, and it will track for you where you are on the cycle. For instance, it tells me I've been alive 28,111 days. Boy, they went fast. The tricky part is that when the numbers go up to a 0, you're in a danger zone. And the tracker will show you when you're at a 0. It'll also tell you when you're low, and it'll tell you when you're high in each of those 3 cycles. So today, my emotional number was at 0. Physically dangerous. Oh, my physical was at 100. Very good. My intellectual was minus 69, tired, and my intuitive minus 97, very tired, very at the bottom. So you can go to a top of 100 and to a bottom below minus 100, and the cycles work in between. Once you've set it up, it keeps track for the rest of your life. You only have to set it up once based on your birthday, and it does the math for you. Now, the most important part about this that you need to know is that there has been a lot of scientific evidence that proves that when you're on like a 00 day, you're in extreme danger. In fact, in Japan, from what I understand, they will not let pilots fly on a 00 day because they feel that their effectiveness is decreased and that they would be too dangerous in the cockpit on a 00 day. I actually had a 00 day a couple weeks ago, and I said to my husband, I'm not driving today, I'm staying home, and I didn't get behind the wheel just to be extra cautious. And things went okay, but it was good to know that I was in a vulnerable state. So I'm mentioning this again, Biorhythm 365. You might enjoy playing with this and learning about this, and the app will teach you a little bit about what it is. So it's the physical, emotional, intellectual, and intuitive level. Because I'm minus 69 intellectually today and minus 97 intuitively, I'm a little off, and I'm a 0 emotionally. I'm a little off. I'm feeling a little tired today, a little out of it. So if I stumble through this, you'll know why. But physically, I feel pretty good. Okay, so that's the first help, physical. The second help is emotional. I have mentioned this Pete Walker book before. I've been around recovery, therapy, all kinds of tools since I was 16. I'm talking 50, 60 years of experience. And I do believe this is the best book out there if you want to dig deep and you really want progress. So if you're overeating or a compulsive behavior is fueled by childhood trauma or lifetime issues that you've incurred in your life from various painful experiences, this book, I think, is the best guidepost I've seen. Now, this is not light reading. I'm not going to even pretend it's light reading, but I am offering a new group, and I will be leading this group, and you can join it. One of my watchers has asked for me to put it together, and so we're starting March 31st, 2025. Eastern time will be 8:30, Pacific time 5:30, and all the times in between, depending on your time zone. So it's a Monday night starting March 31st, and what I'm asking is a $10 payment per month for leading this group, and we will have a limited number. We're not going to have an enormous number of people in it. And you can go to the website, leonardkidketo.com, and sign up if you want to get started in that group. If that group fills up, we'll make a second one on another day, but I'm starting this March 31st, 2025. And that the payment for that will be for the month of April. You're not paying $10 a month for March. You're prepaying for April, just to keep that clear. Okay, so if you're interested in this, you might want to at least get the book, whether you come to our group or not. But if you want help working it through, I'm there to be with you. Okay, so that's body, that's emotions, spirit. I have been reading Eva Bell Werber books. There are 4 of them. And this one is The Voice of the Master. And I looked at the date. I have had this since 1985. We're talking 40 years I've been working with Eva Bell Werber books. And so I opened randomly today to get a message for our group. And this is what came through. This is on page 63. You are the instrument. Softly and tenderly do you hear my words in your heart this morning. The birds sing their carols without, yet even more sweetly do their notes ring within you. You yourself are the instrument through which all sound comes, through which all music passes, and through which all things of beauty may be realized. Likewise are you the instrument through which the mighty works of creation can be brought forth. Yea, you are my instrument, my golden harp on which I would play life's harmonies. Be fully conscious of this, my beloved. Be conscious of your power, for only as you are thus conscious can I pour that power out through you. The works I shall be able to do through you will only be limited by the amount of realization you have. As you realize your complete oneness with me, know also that I have need of you, that I yearn to pour through you my power and my strength. We are also close in comradeship. No other thing could be as close to you as I am at this moment. You know me as the life within your veins. Is anything closer to you than that? So shall we work together in a glorious partnership, glory following glory throughout each and every day. That's from The Voice of the Master. She also wrote In His Presence, Journey with the Master, and Quiet Talks with the Master. These are amazing little books. I hope you pick one up one of these days. I just love it. Probably my favorite book of all time. Well, maybe the Bible, but this is a very special book. All of these are special. Now, politically, here in America, there's been a lot of talk about turbulence, and people are worried about Social Security, and people are worried about all these things, and we don't know where it's going. Honestly, we don't know. It's spring here in Ohio. I'm going to encourage those of you who have food anxiety to grow something. And I want you to grow something enough for yourself and enough to share. Maybe it's you just put a pot of tomatoes on your front porch. Maybe you plant a pumpkin. Maybe you grow some potatoes. You don't have to grow everything, but if you're willing to grow enough for yourself and some to share, and if everybody did that, food insecurity would drop. Maybe you have an orchard. Maybe you have a plum tree. Start thinking in terms of what can I share? And why don't you tell your friends, I will be growing extra tomatoes this year. You can count on me. I will be glad to share my tomatoes. And if everybody shares, it will drop the anxiety level in our world. I only feel poor if I think I can't share. Makes sense? Okay. So if you can afford to get a little extra that you know you can share, this might be the time to go for it. I actually have a magnet I created. The only time I feel poor is if I think I can't share. Anybody want a copy of that? I'll have that on the website soon as well. I've got little Linda up here, and she's got this little sloth. This little sloth is the cutest thing. Sloths move slowly. They take their time. Let's take our time. Time to pray, time to connect, time to read, time to communicate. I took time to swim today. I went to our rec center and swam 8 laps. I'm feeling it. I'm a little tired, but it was worth it. And since I've lost so much weight, those muscles need tightening up. I don't want them to just be flabby and saggy. I want to be a little old lady. So let's slow down. Take time. Now there's one more thing I want to share for today, and then I'll let you go. There is a story about heaven and hell. I personally don't believe in hell. I think heaven has a basement, but I do not believe in hell. And this is what I believe about that. I believe God would not send anybody to hell. The only way we can get to hell is if we banish ourselves and don't feel we're worthy. God will not reject us. I may have said this before, but it's important to me that you understand that. So there's this story that goes around that these people ended up in hell. And they were on the opposite sides of a long table. And they each had piles of food in front of them. But the devil gave them very long spoons, so they couldn't pick up their food with that long spoon because it was too long to get to their pile of food in front of them. And that was hell, to have the food and not be able to eat it. Some of us on a weight loss journey can relate to having food and we shouldn't be eating it. Okay. So this is what they figured out. They figured out that if they took their long spoons and fed each other across the table, the food over there to the person over there, everybody could eat. So I made a funny little picture of that. Is it hell? Not if we feed one another. Feed across the table. Grow an extra pot of tomatoes for your neighbors. If everybody does that, we'll all have enough. Right? Okay. I am so glad you showed up today. I am so glad you're open to body, mind, and spirit. To review, the website I mean, the app is Biorhythm 365. This is a real scientific thing, and I do believe it's free. There's several brands of them, but the one I use is Biorhythm 365. Starting the book, Complex PTSD from Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker. Now, you don't have to join my group to read this book. If you can't afford to buy this book, I happen to know it is read aloud free on YouTube. Someone has already put it out there. So if you want to start working with it for free, go ahead and roll up Complex PTSD from Surviving to Thriving, and just lean back and relax, and you'll get an idea of Pete Walker's wisdom and brilliance. And final note, Voice of the Master by Eva Bell Werber. I read one of those, Body, Mind, and Spirit. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. I hope you have a blessed day, sweet dreams, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is Inner Kid Keto, Linda Schiller Hanna on segment 50. God bless you.